Roll camera action start.
يلا بس تكرر. पेज रन कर लेस का यहाँ से शुरू हो रहा इंट्रोडक्शन टू सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग बिल्कुल सही है.
Page number 7. Page number 17. Sure. Page में
सही है ना 18 यहाँ बस 17 के बाद आ गया.
Introduction to Software Engineering. My aim in this part of book is to provide a general introduction to software engineering. I introduce important concepts such as software processes and agile methods and describe essential software development activities from initial software specification through to a system evolution. Chapters in this part have been designed to support a one-semester course in software engineering. It is a general introduction that introduces professional software engineering and defines some software engineering concepts. I have also written a brief discussion of ethical issues in software engineering. I think that it is important for software engineers to think about the wider implications of their work. This chapter also introduces the three case studies that I use in this book, namely a system for managing records of patients undergoing treatment for mental health problems, a control system for a portable insulin pump, and a wilderness data system. Chapter 2 and 3 cover software engineering, processes and agile development. In Chapter 2, 1 introduce commonly used generic software process models such as waterfall model, and I discuss the basic activities that are part of these processes. Chapter 3 supplements this with a discussion of agile development methods of software engineering. I mostly use extreme programming as an example of an agile method, but also briefly introduce Scrum in this chapter. The remainder of chapters in this part are extended descriptions of the software process activities that will be introduced in Chapter 2. Chapter 4 covers the critically important topic of requirement engineering, where the requirements for what a system should do are defined. Chapter 5 introduces system modeling using the UML, where I focus on the use of use case diagram, class diagram, sequence diagram, and state diagrams for modeling a software system. Chapter 6 introduces architectural design, and I discuss the importance of architecture and the use of architecture for patterns in software design. Chapter 7 introduces object-oriented design and the use of design part patterns. I also introduce important implementation issues here. We use configuration management and host target development, and discuss open source development. Chapter 8 focuses on software testing from unit test unit testing during system development to the testing of software releases. I also discuss the use of test-driven development, an approach pioneered in agile methods but which has widely applicability. Finally, Chapter 9 presents an overview of software evolution issues. I cover evolution processes, software maintenance, and legacy system management. Introduction. Objectives. Sure. We cannot run the modern world without a software. National infrastructures and utilities are controlled by computer-based system, and most electrical products include a computer and controlling software. Industrial manufacturing and distribution is completely computerized, as is the financial system. Entertaining, including music industry, computer games, and film and television, is a software intensive. Therefore, software engineering is essential for the functionality of national and international societies. Software systems are abstract and intangible. They are not constrained by the properties of materials, governed by physical laws of the manufacturing processes. This simplifies software engineering, as there are no natural limits to the potential of software. However, because of the lack of physical constraints, software systems can quickly become extremely complex, difficult to understand, and expensive to change. There are many types of software systems, from simple embedded systems to complex worldwide system, information system, look for universal notation method or technique for software engineering because different types of software require different approaches. Developing an organizational information system is completely different from developing a controller for a specific instrument. Neither of these systems has much in common with graphic-intensive computer game. All of these applications need software engineering. They do not all need the same software engineering techniques. There are still many reports of software projects going wrong and software failures. Software engineering is criticized as inadequate for modern software development. However, in my view, many of these so-called software failures are a consequence of two factors: increasing demands. As new software engineering techniques help us to build larger, more complex systems, the demands same system have to build and delivered more quickly. Larger, even more complex systems are required. Systems have to new capabilities that were previously thought to be impossible. Existing software engineering methods cannot cope, and new software engineering techniques have to be developed to meet these new demands. Low expectation. It is relatively easy to write computer programs without using software engineering methods and techniques. Many companies have drifted into software development as their products and services have evolved. They do not use software engineering methods in their everyday work. Consequently, their software is often more expensive and less reliable than it should be. We need better software engineering education and training to address this problem. Software engineering can be rightly proud of their achievements. Of course, we still have room to develop complex software, but without software engineering, we would not have explored space, wouldn't have the internet or modern telecommunications. All forms of travel would be more dangerous and expensive. Software engineering has contributed a great deal, and I am convinced that its contribution in the 21st century will be greatest.
तो जितना पढ़ा है तो बता रहे तो फिर क्या पढ़ा है?
दोबारा देखना पड़ेगा।
अगर कुछ पॉइंट्स हम देख लेते
कुछ
हैं।
समझ आया कुछ? हमने इतना पढ़ना है कि जितना हमें समझ आया, ठीक है? फिर पहले जो पढ़ा है उसको समझना, उसके बाद फिर आगे पढ़ना।
सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग का बताया, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग क्या होती है, उसकी डिमांड्स क्या क्या हैं और मॉडर्न एज के साथ साथ उसमें क्या मॉडिफिकेशन आई है और क्या उसमें ड्रॉबैक्स हैं। मॉडिफिकेशन यही कि इसमें ये 2 पॉइंट्स है, इंक्रीजिंग डिमांड्स और लो एक्सपेक्टेशन। अगर कोई भी चीज़ हम बना रहे सॉफ्टवेयर में तो उसमें डे बाय डे नई चीज़ें इंक्रीमेंट्स आ रहे हैं और जो पुरानी चीज़ें अभी उनकी इतनी डिमांड नहीं रही। ये
नोकिया ले लो, उसने अपने आप को एज एनवायरनमेंट चेंज नहीं किया तो आज वो काफ़ी पीछे चला गया।
और सब एनवायरनमेंट चेंज नहीं किया,
अपने आप को नहीं चेंज किया एनवायरनमेंट के लिहाज से।
वैसे वाला तो अच्छा है। टॉपिक निकाले, कंटेंट खोल, कोई टॉपिक हो जो थोड़ा सा रिलेट करे कुछ। इंट्रो तो ऐसे होता है बस।
एजाइल सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट
कोई केस स्टडी पढ़ो तो करो, केस स्टडी था,
ये
केस स्टडी पढ़ो ऐसा नहीं, बस
वही है।
वही केस स्टडी जो अभी पढ़ा हमने।
अबे नई पेज नंबर 17 आगे होगा, ये कौन सा नीचे करो, नीचे करो, ये यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ पेज नंबर,
ये
हमने लिखा हुआ
नीचे जाओ,
ये
नीचे जाओ, तो तुम्हारी किताबें पढ़ी नहीं है तो वो पता ही नहीं लगता कहाँ होता है।
8 case studies you must make
There, बस पढ़ो।
You must make up your own mind in these matters. The appropriate ethical positions here depend entirely on the views of the individuals who are involved in this case. The potential for damage, the content of the damage, and the people's effort by the damage should influence the decision. If the situation is very dangerous, it means we are justified to publicize. Publicize, you know? Publicize. It using the national presses. However, you should always try to resolve the situation while representing the rights of the employer. Another ethical issue of the participation in the development of the military and the nuclear system. Some people feel strongly about this issue and do not wish to participate in this any system. Development associated with the military system, other will work to military systems, but not with weapon system. Yet others feel that national security is an overriding principles and have no ethical objections to working on weapon systems. In the situations, it is important that both employers and employees should make their views not to each other to advance. Where an organization is involved in the military and nuclear work, they should to be able to specify that employees must be with military and nuclear works. They should be able to specify that nuclear employees must be willing to accept any work assignment equally if employee is taken on and make clear that they do not wish to work. So such system employers should not put pressure on them to do at some later date. The general area to ethics and the professional responsibilities is becoming more important as software intensive system revealed us in every aspect of the work, everyday life. It can be considered from a psychological standpoint, where the basic principle of ethics and consider the software engineering ethics are discussed with the reference of their basic principles. They are the approach taken by learn and to the lesser.
तुम्हें मैंने देख लिया कर कि इनलाइन क्या है, मतलब 3-4 वर्ष के देख लिया कर, उसके बाद फिर पढ़ा है।
ठीक है।
ऐसे पढ़ रहा था।
Lesser extent by the Huff and Martin Johnson. Text of Johnson. Text of Computer Ethics 2001. On computer ethics 2001. Also approaches the topic from the psychological perspective. However, I find that this philosophical approach is too abstract and difficult to relate to everyday experience. I prefer the more concert approaches, complete approaches, embedded in code of conduct and practice. I think that ethics are best discussed in the software engineering context and not as a subject or in their own right in this book. Therefore, I do not include abstract ethical discussions, but where appropriate, include example in the exercise that can be the starting point for a group discussion or on ethical issues.
बस तेरी मेहरबानी। अगर तूने डिग्री मिला नहीं, तेरे मेहरबानी की है उनके ऊपर। किसी ने देख लिया तो तेरे पास भेजे की डिग्री है, तुमने भेजे को बैन कर दिया। ये तार के बच्चों को इंग्लिश के सुनना शुरू कर दे। तार बोला तुम।
इंग्लिश का क्या सुनी?
पॉडकास्ट सुन, बातें सुन ताकि सही हो। इंग्लिश बहुत खराब है। अच्छा मैं बताऊँ,
पब्लिक साइज पब्लिक साइज का आपका तो कौन सी गर्ल ग्रुप हो रही
डिजाइन एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पढ़ता है, ठीक है। 176
थोड़ा बड़ा हो गया।
Design and implementations. Objectives. The objective of the chapter are to introduce object-oriented software design using the UML and highlight important implementation concerns. When you have read this chapter, you will understand the most important activities in a general object-oriented design process. Understand some of the different models that may be used to document an object-oriented structure. Know about the idea of design patterns and how these are a way of reusing design knowledge and experience. Have been introduced to key issues that have to consider when implementing software, including software reuse and open source development. ठीक है. Contents: object-oriented design using UML, design patterns, implementation issues, open source development. Okay. Software design and implementation is the stage in the software engineering process at which an executable software system is developed. For some simple systems, software design and implementation is software engineering, and all other activities are merged with this process. However, for large systems, software design and implementation is only one of a set of processes, requirements, engineering, verification and validation, etc. involved in software engineering. For simple software systems, software design and software engineering. So the activities of the process, software design, software engineering. ठीक है. Software design and implementation activities are invariably interrelated. Okay, design and implementation activities. ठीक है. Software design is a creative activity in which you identify software components and their relationship based on a customer requirements. Implementation is the process of realizing the design as a program. Sometimes there is a separate design stage, and this design is modeled. This design is modeled and documented. At other times, a design is in the programmer's head or roughly sketched on a whiteboard or sheet or paper. ठीक है, mostly ऐसे ही होता है. Design is about how to solve a problem. So there is a design process. So there is always a design process. However, it isn't always necessary or appropriate to describe the design in detail using the UML or other design descriptive language. ठीक है, वो बात कर रहा है कि हर दफ़ा कोई बहुत अच्छी डायग्राम बनाने की जरूरत नहीं होती. कभी कभार हमारे दिमाग में कोई छोटा सा स्केच वगैरह भी काफ़ी होता है. अच्छा. Design and implementation are closely linked, and you should normally take implementation issues into account when developing a design. For example, using the UML document and design may be the right thing to do if you are a programmer. In an object-oriented program such as Java or C#, it is less useful, I think, if you are developing a dynamically typed language like Python, and makes no sense at all if you are implementing your system by configuring an off-the-shelf package. As I discussed in chapter 3, agile methods usually work from individual sketch practice of the design and leave many design decisions to programmers. One of the most important implementation discussion that has to be made at an early stage. Decisions that have to be made at an early stage of a software project is whether or not you should buy or build an application software. In a wide range of domains, it is now possible to buy off-the-shelf system. Buy off-the-shelf system, COTS, that can be adapted and tailored to the user's requirement. For example, if you want to implement a medical record system, you can buy a package that is already used in hospitals. It can be cheaper and faster to use this approach rather than developing a system in a conventional programming language. ठीक हो गया. Okay, when you develop an application this way, the design process becomes concerned with how to use the configuration features of the system to deliver the system requirements. You don't usually develop design models of the system, such as models of the system object and their interactions. I discussed this COTS-based approach to development in chapter 16. I assume that most readers of this book will have had experience of program design and implementation. This is something that you acquire as you learn to program and master the elements of a programming language like Java or Python. You will have probably learned about good programming practice in a programming language that you have studied, as well as how to debug programs that you have developed. Therefore, I don't cover programming topics here. Instead, this chapter has two aims: to show how system modeling and architectural design, covered in chapter 5 and 6, are put into practice in developing an object-oriented software design. To introduce important implementation issues that are not usually covered in programming books, this includes software reuse, configuration management, and open source development. As there are a vast number of different development platforms, the chapter is not based toward any particular programming language or implementing technology. Therefore,